Okay, guys. Appreciate you being here across the country and being a part of what I thought was a game that went 60 minutes. I mean, went till the very end. It was a really competitive football game. A lot of things that I was excited about in terms of some of the things that started clicking for us on both sides of the ball. But unfortunately, I told the team in the locker room, you can't play two teams. You can't play ourselves and our opponent. And when you have the 15-yard penalty after a blocked field goal, when you have a 15-yard penalty, and rather being a 3rd and 2, it'd be 3rd and 17. When you have a penalty, when you have 1st and 10 on the +11, and it turns into a 3rd down on the 24-yard line. When you don't convert on 3 field goals. You know, there's too many things that came back to get us today, and it started with ourselves. And not to take anything away from Rutgers. Coach Shiano does a great job, and his team played extremely hard and played physical. I believe we matched that. I believe we matched that today with how we ran the football. I believe we matched that in how we pass protected, and I believe we matched that in how we handled our special teams. But again, we didn't handle it with our penalties, and that's the saddest part of the night.
Jed, this is the second game where penalties have seemed to be the decisive factor. What was the message after the Apple Cup, and what didn't sink in, you think, this time?
Well, I would say one of the biggest things after the Apple Cup we talked about was false starts and defensive offsides. We had none of those. We didn't have any penalties that were, let's call it, the traditional 5-yarders, right? Every penalty I think we had in this game, we had a 15-yard face mask on a sack, which would have turned into a 3rd and 14. Instead, gave him a 1st down. We had a 15-yard penalty. I don't think I've ever seen coming off of the sideline on a blocked field goal and actually getting into the field to play. You know, I've seen the celebrations, of course, but traditionally you don't get right in front of the side judge. I've never seen, you know, twice we had offensive linemen on 15-yard penalties, one for trying to pull a guy off a pile and one for on a screenplay. So these are the ones that we have to clean up. We're continuing to talk about it. We're clearly going to continue to make it a point of emphasis as we made the offsides and the false starts. And, you know, that's a disappointment.
The illegal substitution penalty on the blocked field goal, what do you say after that?
Yeah, well, I grabbed him and I said, you're a freshman, and you just had a freshman moment. And these are things that you'll learn through your experiences about how you live, you know, off the field, on the field, discipline that we talk about, the energy and the excitement that occurred, and you wanted to be, at the time, he wasn't running off the field to scoop the field goal. He was running onto the field to celebrate with his teammates, and I've just continued to educate him on saying these are the things we just can't have.
When it comes to struggling in the red zone on the doorstep there with the 4th down miss and also the 3rd down miss that led to a short field goal, why do you think it's been hard to convert in those situations?
Yeah, well, you know, we got down there and we ran the ball there on 2nd down and 3, and they blitzed the free safety and they got us to a 3rd and 2, and then we wound up trying to hit a slant route to Denzel and or a little, you know, skinny post there, and didn't convert on that. And then we had the corner route on 4th down and the ball got tipped. They doubled our flat runner and they left Giles open in the corner, uncovered, and somehow that ball got tipped. I'm not exactly sure how that happened, because you know, the air on the ball shouldn't have been a problem there. And then on the first drive of the game, second drive of the game, when we got down to 3rd and 4 on the 4, we ran a smash combination, and we didn't execute that very well, and wound up, you know, not looking back for the ball quick enough, and we had a little bit of a protection miscue, so I thought kicking a field goal there was best.
Durfee looked really strong when the game started. Did he get banged up? Because I didn't see him over the second half of the game.
I honestly don't know the answer to that. He did not get banged up to the point that he couldn't play. Maybe he got a little fatigued because he hasn't played for the week, but he's physically there was no injury there.
What went into the decision to kick deep there after they called timeout?
Yeah, we had 2 timeouts, And we were kicking deep either way. We had 2 timeouts. There was a minute 40 left on the clock, and we only needed a field goal. So I felt really good about our defense stopping them, and that would have given us the ball back with 42 seconds left, 41 seconds left using the 2 timeouts. Giving it to them on an onside kick, then we would have had to try to drive 65 yards to kick that field goal. Instead, we wound up getting the ball on the 42-yard line, or I think there was a 10-yard holding penalty, so I think maybe the 35-yard line, and then gave us a chance with 42 seconds. I felt really good about our opportunity to go 35 yards rather than have to go 65 or 70. And if I felt like we weren't going to stop them on defense, we would have certainly onside kick. But with 2 timeouts, 45 seconds with college football rules is plenty.
Grady's missed 4 field goals in his last 2 games. I think all wide left. What do you have to do to get him back into, I guess, his comfort zone?
Yeah, I think that's gonna. We'll have to look at that and talk about it with the staff, or with our special team staff and with Grady, and see if there's something that we're missing, if there's something mechanical, or if there's something that maybe we just need to focus on differently. But I don't really have a great answer on the amount of kicks that we've missed. It's shocking to me because of how automatic he is in practice. I don't think I've seen a kicker. Tyler Loop, our kicker last year, was outstanding, and Grady has just been the same. He's been automatic. We kick field goals 2 days a week. We try to block him one day. We try to give him an opportunity the other, and unfortunately, we just haven't hit him, and that's tough.
Coach, Kyle Monangai and Sam Brown seem to be a 1-2 punch today for Rutgers. What made those 2 so hard to defend against?
Yeah, I thought we defended against them, relatively well. They handed the ball off 33 times. That's what they do. They're really good backs. They're able to, mix and match them. It looks like, Jonah and Kyle had 25 carries for 133 yards. Jonah had 16 carries for 148 yards. Neither one really lost 1 yard. I think they're both exceptional backs. I think we're expecting that type of battle with those type of backs, and he gashed us on a couple, but outside of the 1 or 2 explosives, I thought that our defense did a really good job of keeping their offense, under 300 yards total, and giving us some opportunities. And we just got, missed on a quarterback scramble that went for a big play, and then there was a couple of A-gap runs that were just tough to handle.
Jed, what did you think of the crowd, the environment, and how that impacted you guys, if at all?
Yeah, well, first of all, I love crowds that get into it. I love music, student sections dancing. I love their DJ. I thought it was awesome. I love their light show. I thought they did a great job with that. And it was a great experience to play a college football game. And I'm excited to get back to ours and be back at home. But hats off to what Greg's been doing. He's built this thing right back up. And, I think that the fans and the students are evolving and growing with them.
What did you think the key to Jonah's success was today, and were there any thoughts about even getting him more touches?
Well, we had to monitor a little bit of his touches, just make sure we kept him fresh. That was the right amount of touches for him. There was a drive or 2 we had to pull him out to just get some treatment. But again, he's battling, he's physical. I thought he had a fantastic game. He was close to 10 yards a carry, 9 yards a carry. 9.2 a carry. So we also have good stable backs, and the backs ran well and ran hard today, and we're going to continue to evolve there. But I thought Jonah and our offensive line did a really nice job. I think we let up 1 sack today. We ran for 200, threw for 300. The offensive line, we didn't have a holding penalty. We didn't have a false start penalty. So, there was a couple penalties we want to clean up, but, offensively. But I would say the offensive line deserves a lot of credit for how we ran the ball.
So with Michigan coming to town, you don't really have a chance to feel sorry for yourself, your players or anything. They got a big assignment coming up.
Yeah, I don't like to feel sorry. We don't feel sorry for ourselves. We're going to go out there and compete. I think our guys gained confidence. They went on the road. They went into their first Big Ten road environment, and they realized that, that they can go out there and we can move the ball, we can stop teams, we have to finish some scores. But we went to the very last second. We played a good football team and a good football game, and I think our guys are excited about getting back home, knowing the great challenge we're going to have in Michigan.